Okay, let's put on the other screen there. I worked harder on this time, y'all. Boom. Okay, so funny things kids said. Who wants to read the first one?
I could do it.
Yeah, all right, go for it.
All right. At like 4 a.m., my then
My,
4-year-old stepson comes into our room, wakes me up, and he says, "When you die, can I have your Legos?"
I grunt something that sounds like sure at him because it's 4 in the goddamn morning and I'm still half asleep. As he's walking away back to his room, he says, I hope it's soon.
Let's see. My wife still finds it hilarious. I'm fairly certain I'm going to get murdered over some Star Wars Legos.
yes, kids can be very, very creative.
Give me a Legos, Daddy.
Just remember, I was young. I when I really respect my stepdad, but when you're young and you're in one of those "I hate your dad" kind of moods, I drew this trap where I was gonna like dig a moat and put alligators in my room. So when he came in to tell us to go to sleep for the 15th time, he'd fall into it. Now, looking back on it, where the fuck was I gonna get the shovel or the alligators? I just don't know. It's just dumb.
The thing that came to me when I first read that is I didn't read Legos. I read, when you die, can I have your legs? I was like, oh,
This is not
okay.
a story about Oscar Pistorius as a child, okay?
Oh, my
So,
bad. My
oh, okay, let's go to the next one. Who wants to read this one?
All right, I'll go for it.
All right.
I'll preface this with my oldest son is named David. Had a little kid ring my doorbell, and when I opened the door, the little kid said, Davy called me a little tattletale. The poor kid couldn't understand why I burst out laughing.
Tattling on someone being a tattletale. How coincidental. I'm not saying ironic. That's not irony. But yes, we all know someone who's done that. Who's going to read this next one?
Hey, man, snitches get stitches, right?
Oh, yeah.
Loose lips sink ships.
Look at
All right.
Tekashi 69. Apparently, it just gets you more music videos.
Oh.
For now.
I'm surprised
For
he's
now.
still alive. Like, we lost Tupac and Biggie, and then this bitch is still alive. Like,
yeah.
what?
People with really weak face tattoos drinking too much Robo. So, I'll read this one. Whoa! You've got clear socks. I should get some of those. My son, 5, to the lady sitting beside him wearing nylons.
Wow.
I actually thought that when I was a kid. I go, those are awesome. Why can't I show my beautiful ankles as a child? And now I know why. It's just not a good thing to do. Hey, Dana, you want to take this next one?
Yep. Okay. 3-year-old niece, while I was driving her home one day, I knew the dinosaurs would come and get me one day. There were 2 large cranes working on a bridge.
That one's brilliant, by the way. 3 years old, and she had that's one of the one-liners I would go, damn, that is good. And
right.
I love one-liners.
She had a concept. I love it. She had a concept.
And then I'll read this one, I guess. When my sister was 3, she went to the cinema for the very first time. She went to watch the Paddington Bear movie with my mum. Okay, first of all, she said cinema and mum. We know this is not in America. It's across the pond.
Right.
The next day, I picked her up and I asked her what the film was like. She looked me dead in the eyes and said, they all die in the end.
Wow.
That's how I imagine the child's voice to sound.
Right. Wow. God, like the demon.
Yeah, she's just, they all die in the end. So, like...
Whoa. Is it like Pazazu from The Exorcist or something? What's going on
actually,
here, bro?
So the reason, just to really quickly talk about it, Stefan, you know how I learned how to growl, right? My mom
kicked you in the nuts?
No. I was like a young kid. My mom took me to see Ghostbusters, and then we're leaving the theater, and I look at her and go, Mom, you know what's funny? She goes, what? There's no Dana, only Zul.
I love that's one of my favorite movies of all time, the first Ghostbusters. Oh yeah.
So that's how I learned how to do that. I'm not having my A game right now. It takes some warm up. I'm a little older now.
That's okay. I could still understand you, so that's a plus. Sounds good to me.
This last one might be safer. If
Can I read the
Dana
next one?
if Dana reads the punchline,
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
it's just the last. Okay, so you read the top paragraph. Dana, read the last.
Oh, I'll read the top part.
Yes.
Yeah.
7.
Okay. My sister used to nanny for a little girl, and one time she brought said girl to one of my high school soccer games. The girl is very excited to cheer for me, but doesn't know which team I'm on. She asks my sister which color, as in jersey color, uh, I'm playing for, and my sister tells her my team is wearing white.
From the field, all I hear is a 5-year-old girl screaming on the sideline, "Go Whiteys! We like the Whiteys, not the other people."
That's funny. Oh
And
Oh
man.
that's when we
man.
found out she was from Alabama.
And my daughter once, we're sitting there and there's a lady just sitting next to us. And my daughter looks at me, she pokes me, I go, "What?" And she goes, "Why is she so fat?" That was a hard thing to deal with that day. I was like, just this little 2-year-old, "Daddy, why is she so fat?" And she's in earshot. And luckily the lady, bless her heart, as I don't always say, but bless her heart, she looks at me and goes, "It's okay. It's innocence." And I'm like, "Thank you so much."
Okay. One of my friends, oh, actually, most of my friends now have kids. Apparently, I'm behind. But one of my friends, her son went up and said, "You have really, 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 really big boobs." And my response, and I still don't think he understands this to this day, is like, "Thank you. I paid for them. I really hope they are."
I'm sure he was
Oh
her.
man.
So funny. Good stuff. That is good.
I haven't seen him since that day, so I don't think I should be near kids.
I used to wear my hair cut all the way, like really close, like buzzed. And a kid would act like one kid asked me, like, "Are you a girl or a boy?" And this is, just when there weren't as many of us wearing our hair buzzed off, I guess as women. And then I once overheard a kid go, "Mommy, is he a girl or is he a boy? Is he a girl or is he a boy?" And so,
Oh.
you
Well,
know, I mean,
yeah,
it's fun. It's like, to me, it was funny. It's not, because
yeah,
the innocence of children, they're just, this is what we've seen. But I thought it was funny. I couldn't do anything but laugh. And.
yeah.
But
I
just
was
talking to, yeah. Oh, go ahead, Steph.
oh yeah, I was walking in Lakewood Mall out in Long Beach like you do, and this is when I had really long hair, and it passed my shoulders, and I had a guy hit on me. He didn't see my Adam's apple, I guess. So I'm walking, and he's
No
like,
facial
"Hey."
hair either. No facial hair
Oh no,
either.
he only saw me from the back, so it's just my long ass hair. And so,
Oh.
he's like, "Hey, baby, nice ass." And I turn around, and "Excuse me."
Oh, dude, that goes along with what I was gonna say, because I used to, when I had long hair, long, beautiful blonde hair, I would be driving in my car. Guys would roll up, go woo. I'd turn around and I go.
Okay. I have a similar story. Okay, so my best friend is gay, and every time we go out, we got to go where he wants, which is obviously always a gay bar. And I made this into a bit, so if you heard it, I'm sorry. But okay, when you go to gay bars, guess who doesn't get drinks bought for? Me. Okay, but one day this guy was like, "You're really pretty," and I was like, "Thank you." And he's like, "Oh, you're a girl." I was like, "No, that one time,
That's funny. Good stuff.
Hey, I got a
the one time."
question, y'all. Oh, wait, go ahead.
I was gonna say the second time that only a guy went up to me at a gay bar was just to ask who my surgeon was, and I was like, "Oh, thank you. Yeah, I love your lips." And I'm like, "Oh, those are actually really mine. I thought you were talking about my boobs." It's like, "Oh, they're nice too. Really? They're really yours?" And I'm like, yeah, I'm Hispanic. And they're like, oh. But that was the only time. It was when somebody thought that I wasn't a girl and who my plastic surgeon was. It was the only time a guy has gone up to me at a gay bar.
Yeah.
Wow.
I always
Wow.
think it's suspect when a gynecologist says you have nice lips. So
Oh, you nasty.
Right? Yeah, right about that time is when you get up out of the stirrups and smack the shit out of him. I'm like, oh, really? Thank you. There's something on your face. What? And then you just fucking smack the
well,
shit out of him.
I was really confused when they said it to me.
Mhm.
Are you bending over? Like, what's going on?
That's the mystery, okay?
Dan, you nasty. Oh,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
nasty.